Hello, Jesse Good here. Today I'm reviewing the LEGO Nexo Knights King's Guard Artillery, a 2017 set with 98 pieces and 2 minifigures. This retails for $10 in the United States. Now let's take a look at those figures. So here's what I think they call the Stone Stomper. Now, he comes in like a poly bag, but other than that, I mean, he's not too easy to get, at least his head dress right here, which is pretty cool. I like that purple coloring, because that only comes in, I think, Lance vs. Lightning and then like 2 of the bigger sets or something. So it is a harder to find figure in a cheaper set, albeit not, I guess, the hardest to find figure ever. I like the torso and leg printing, and the facial printing's creepy enough. And then you do got some back facial printing right here with an angrier face. Like I said, this head mold, which I thought was going to be like a rubber, is actually kind of a nice plastic. And it looks really cool, especially with the purple coloring, because I'm a sucker for purple. His weapon is actually pretty neat as well. It's similar to some found in other sets, but you can see it has like a little lightning bolt going on there, which is a new molding in that nice kind of light blue translucent color. And on this side, it's almost like a mallet or something. So that's a really cool weapon. And I'll take a look at the King's Knight or something like that. Sorry, the King's Guard. And this one's special. Now, it's the same as the ones in like all the other sets with the King's Guards, except for one thing, which is this little breastplate right here, which is actually very, very cool to get in this nice translucent orange. This is currently the only set to get it in that color, and it looks great in my opinion. It also has a little sphere, which is nothing too special, but his face print underneath, like I said, the same as the ones from last year. And if you take that off, his torso printing underneath is the same as the ones from last year. It's just that really neat little breastplate right here, which is going to be a reason why a lot of people like me get this set. So that's it for the figures, and now let's go on to the actual builds. So here's the artillery vehicle, and you can see it could just kind of demolish this guy right here, the Stone Stomper. But that's cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool play features for this little $10 set. For example, on the back, you can see there's this wheel kind of popping out, and then these knives on the front popping out. Well, you could push the wheel, and it pushes out the knives just like that. And those are pretty menacing. I like how they're just an extra weapon besides this heavy-duty kind of 6-stud shooter, which is another play feature where if you twist this part up here, of course, you know how it works. It shoots them out each one by one, and now those studs are just flying everywhere. It also has a lot of nice kind of translucent orange pieces where you get the little studs and this nice little windshield up here, and also a back part for the seat. But there's also nice orange pieces in general, because you get these little Technic pins, or sorry, Technic holders in this orange color, which I haven't seen for that piece before. Maybe they were evident in like the LEGO Technic line, but I don't buy that line. Also on the side, you can see they used a nice little newish mini pyramids. I guess those are now a year old. And with those wheels, there's actually a lot of kind of mobility with it, because you got 2 wheels on the side, and then you got this one mini wheel on the back, which was part of that play feature. So it moves fairly smoothly, and these wheels on the sides make it kind of jut forward, which give it a more kind of tank-like look. So it's almost like a military vehicle, which I guess it kind of is, because it's used to defend the king. Other than that, I mean, there's some other little details, like these little studs on the back right here. And like I kind of touched on earlier, there is a little seat for the King's Guard to sit on, which he has enough space for him to just lay perfectly on there, while still giving you room to mess around with this little cog right here, which provides for that neat play feature. So that is it for the artillery vehicle. And let's go on to the box and the final verdict. Here is the front of the box and the back, and the instruction booklet, which on the back has some pretty cool advertisements for 2016 that I haven't really seen before, so I don't buy too many Nexo Knight sets. This one's cool because it's a minifigure checklist of some of the new figures. That's pretty neat. So overall, this set's biggest flaw is standing on its own, because it just looks like those other $10 Nexo Knight sets. Even though this is a year after those came out, there are some cool, unique parts about it, but they're very minor parts, like the knives jutting forward. That's really the most unique part about it. Other than that, I mean, I can't really tell the difference between this and some of the other ones. Also, the minifigure selection is another strength of this one, because it does have that exclusive armor piece, at least so far, for the knight right here, but I'm sure that'll probably get reprinted somehow. And we got this nice cheap way to get the Stone Stomper, who's not too easy to get, surprisingly. So as it stands, I just wish it was more unique, because it's just nothing that really stands out, and I like when LEGO sets do unique things. So I'll rate it a B, because it's a good value. You get good pieces, but it's nothing that you're going to remember like 6 months down the line. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.